In a break from British politics, I wanted to talk about a hashtag I noticed yesterday trending on Twitter. There were two, but one of them was kind of buried. The main one being Extradition Bill. I knew nothing of this. Unsurprisingly, it is not as well reported in the United Kingdom. I found one article on it, and I think it's quite interesting considering how big it is. Yes, there are articles since that have been written, but they've all been quite small and insignificant. Not given much prominence in the grand scheme of things considering what we in the United Kingdom are going through. The extradition bill takes place in Hong Kong, where their chief executive, Carrie Lam, I can't believe the leader of Hong Kong is called a chief executive, by the way, had been trying to pass something called an extradition bill. Now, this bill would mean that those who were in Hong Kong but needed in China could be extradited to mainland China. Hong Kong is a part of this one country, two systems regime, where they retain a considerable amount of autonomy and have done since 1997's integration. There are many within Hong Kong who push for pro-democracy and obviously a separation as well, because China has a rather nasty track record of not being democratic in the slightest. With the hashtag extradition bill, I noticed many videos, which you are seeing on the screen now, of the protests. Can you guess how many people turned up to this? I'll give you a hint. It was in the millions. Astonishing, really. It's just a shame that police used excessive force and unarmed protesters like this.
You shoot the journalists! You shoot the journalists! You shoot journalists! No! 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 Yeah, do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Yeah!
That is a bit much. Then again, carrying a shield like that just makes me wonder if you're going to flip pancakes, pizzas, or use it like Captain America. The protesters wanted the bill scrapped because it does erode at their freedoms. Carrie Lam has offered an apology, which many have dubbed to be remarkably insincere. She believes that the responsibility is on her shoulders, and if they can't pass it before the next legislative session ends, then the government will have to accept that as a reality, which implies they're going to try and put it through anyway. Many young protesters want her to resign, citing that they want a chief executive that listens to them. Protesters have since organised to meet up and decide what they're going to do next, with some pro-democracy activists like Joshua Wong saying that when 1 million people marched, at least we got a suspension. When 2 million marched, all we got is a sorry. How many people does she want to drive to the streets? Which is understandable in hindsight, because if you're not retaining that freedom you have, even though you're a part of something else, then why are you even a part of it? What's the point of having your own rights and your own freedoms if they're going to be given up by those you trust to act on your behalf? That sounds eerily familiar. Since this, the bill's been scrapped, as it does not expose people of Hong Kong to China's what many deem to be deeply flawed justice system, and would lead to further erosion of the city's judicial independence. This would be like the UK Parliament taking away powers from a devolved administration, say Scotland. The outcry would be quite significant. If we then, the UK, took away from the people of Scotland their right to prosecute as they see fit. During Carrie Lam's speech, she said the bill wouldn't be revived until people's fears were addressed. Based on the tweets, based on what I'm seeing, it's highly likely you're just going to try and push this through again, as it is, because you are, and have been deemed to be, truly out of touch with the people of Hong Kong. Maybe China should give Hong Kong its independence back, and recognise Taiwan as a separate country, and Tibet. Not going to be drawn into that argument. That's a discussion for another day. With this, I'm very much intrigued to know what you think of the current situation going on in Hong Kong. I will link the extradition bill hashtag thread, as it is quite enlightening, along with an article that I found, the first one in fact, on the BBC. So please let me know what you think in the comments below, because this is all, interesting.